is Munson with Munson Music. I'm going to talk about how you can play a song called Heaven, kind of working off the Jake Worthington version. And we end up cabling this on 3rd fret and to kind of match the recording, kind of working off the studio version. But we'll walk through a couple things in reposition. We start on a G major chord, and we play G major. First finger goes to A on the 2nd fret, second finger on the low E string 3rd fret, and the 3rd finger on the high E 3rd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a G major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. Now you may also want to think about putting the 3rd finger on the B 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd, kind of working that for your G. Or you may dig on kind of putting 2nd finger on the A 2nd, 3rd finger on the low E 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd, and we're getting that version for your G. And that might make it a little bit easier to get to what sounds like a G suspended chord. And you could kind of do that with kind of a digging 1st finger and going to the B string 1st fret, 2nd finger on the D 2nd fret, and kind of leaving 3rd finger on the low E 3rd, pinky on the high 3rd. Kind of dig on using that as kind of a G sus. Or instead of the G sus, you could use a C major chord. And the way you play C major, 1st finger goes to B on the 1st fret, 2nd finger on the D 2nd fret, 3rd finger on the A 3rd fret. And if you strum the A string to the high E string, it sounds a C major chord, and it sounds really happy. Now you may also want to dig on lifting off the 1st finger, a C major 7, or you could add in the pinky on the B string 3rd for C major 9 and kind of say some stuff around the C major. Or another way to play C major 9 is doing 1st finger on the D 2nd, 2nd finger on the A 3rd, 3rd finger on the B 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd, and we're getting that for your C major 9. So maybe we can kind of think about that as kind of a G-C change through that intro part, or you might want to think about it as kind of a G to the G suspended chord. I was kind of digging on the G sus. And there's a couple strumming options you may want to think about through the tune. You could kind of work it as kind of a down idea, kind of a G 2 3 4 C 2 3 4, just kind of doing downs with the right hand. Now I'm adding in a little bit of muting with that, just to kind of make that a little bit sneaky. Or one of my favorite strum patterns for a 4/4 like this is down down up up down up. So if we took the G and tried that a lot. Down, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, down. Just kind of work at a really fast pace. Actually, go to G, C, G sus, G, C. Or if that seems really, really fast for you, you could even do just the down, down, up. Actually, through that part. Kind of working it that way. For myself, actually what feels really, really good is working off something called a 16th note strum pattern. And what I mean by that is if you're tapping your foot at the beat, right now we're kind of dividing that beat into 2 parts that are down, down, up, down, up. So kind of 1, 2, 1, 2, and that's called an 8th note. What a 16th note is where you divide that into 4 parts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And one of my favorite 16th note patterns is a long down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, up. What I mean by that is if you take the G and do it down for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what you're doing on the 1st beat. Then on the 2nd beat, you're doing a down on 1, down on 3, up on 4. So you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. And on the 3rd beat, you're doing an up on 2, down on 3. So you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, up. Down it right along with the 1, 2, 3, 4. So down, 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 down. So all together, you got G, down, 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 G, down, 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 G, down, 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 down. And with that feel though, you may want to kind of half things, and you could do just a long down, 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 up between the G and the C. Or if you kind of dig on this, you can kind of split the pattern too. You can do the G with the down, 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 up, and then go to the C or the G sus 2, or sus for the up, down, down, and kind of half the pattern between them. G, down, down, C, down, 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 G, down, down, C. Kind of digging on the hammer-on thing there too. Okay. So you may want to kind of play around with that too. And then from there, then we'll be going into our main verse. And our main verse starts on G major, and then we go to an E minor chord. And normally you do this 1st finger on the A 2nd, 2nd finger on the D 2nd. And strum that. That's an E minor chord. It sounds so sad. Or you may want to add in the 3rd finger on the B 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd, at E minor 7 if you kind of dig on that. And then from the E minor, we go to a D major chord. Normally you do this first finger on the G second, second finger on the high second, third finger on the B third. Kind of working the regular D major. And around D's, you could lift off the second finger, make that a D sus2, or you could add in the pinky and make it a D suspended chord, kind of say some things around the D's. And then from the D, we'd be going to an A minor chord. So we'd have first finger on the B first fret, second finger on the D second, third finger on the G second. Kind of strum all those. That's an A minor chord. It sounds really sad. Now you may want to lift off the first finger, make that an A sus2. You can add in the pinky and make it a D suspended chord, kind of say some things around A. Or you could lift the third finger, make it an A minor 7, and the pinky on the high third, make it an A minor 7. Or you could readjust the fingers into an A7 sus, which is a cool sound for this too. Where you do first finger on the D second, second finger on the G second, third finger on the B third, pinky on the high third. Working that with A. And then from the A minor, we'd be going back to E minor. But then we go to an F major chord. And normally you do this as a bar on first fret, second finger on the G second, third finger on the A third, pinky on the D third. If you strum all those together, that sounds like an F major chord. It sounds really, really happy. I could substitute for that. It can be an F major 7, where you do first finger on the B first, second finger on the G second, third finger on the D third. Kind of strum the D to the high E. Sounds very groovy, happy. I love F major 7. Now you may also want to dig on an F major 13 or F major 6/9. Where you do first finger on the G second, second finger on the D third, third finger on the B third, pinky on the high third. Might make your life a little bit easier to kind of work that E minor 7 to the F that way, and then kind of back into the D. And we could work that any of those strumming ways actually, kind of through that verse part. So we have kind of G, E minor, D, then we'll be going into our main chorus part. Our chorus starts on a C major chord, and it's kind of a quick halving kind of C and D to an E minor, and then we go to G, then a C, and then our C, D, E minor, D, and then kind of a big hit on D. Now if you're doing the down, down, up, up, down it, you may just want to make that C and D just downstrokes if you're thinking the halving idea, kind of C, D, E minor, down, down, up, G, down, up, C, down, up, C, D, E minor, down, up, D, down, up, D, or if you're quick enough, C, down, up, D, down, up, E minor, down, up, G, down, up, C, down, up, C, down, up, D, down, up, E minor, D, and then kind of a big D. Or if you're digging on the 16th pattern on that C and D, you may want to do the down, down, up on the C and the D, and then kind of think of it as a halving pattern. Kind of for a lot of the rest. C, down, down, up, D, down, up, E minor. We're in D. And C, D, up, and G, down, down, up, C, down, up, C, D, E minor, D. And then from there we'll be repeating those parts until we get to our bridge part. On our bridge we start on A minor, and then we kind of have this really similar A minor to a G hit, very similar to kind of our C and D hit from before. So on that part you'd have kind of the A minor, and then A minor, G, C, C, G, G. Kind of digging on the halving of the down, down, up, down, up. Or if you're digging on the 16th, you have the A minor, G, C. You can even work in that whole pattern for kind of the double chords. Kind of got these. It's all timing, right? Big down there. Now the weird part is to play along with Jake. Instead of starting on a G chord, though, he's starting on a B flat major chord. So to play along with the recording, what you want to do is take a capo, and you put the capo on the 3rd fret. And now your G is really a B flat major, and your C is really an E flat major, and your E minor is really a G minor chord, and your D major is really an F major chord, and your A minor is really a C minor chord, and the F is really an A flat major chord. But to take it from the very beginning, you may want to kind of work just that intro with just kind of the down idea, or you could do the down, down, up idea, or you could do the down, down, up, down, up. And then on your speed there, or you could work the 16th feel. Just kind of digging on that. And then from there, then we'll be going into our first verse. You can use any of those strummings, actually. G, E minor, D, or it might be kind of cool to kind of mix them up between those. Then we go into a little instrumental break, kind of a solo before we go into our next verse. Now, one other thing I think about adding to the song, though, is bass notes. And a lot of times on that first down of the down, down, up, you can throw in a bass note for the chord. So on the G, you'd have the low E string for the bass, down, up, down. On the E minor, you'd have low E for the bass. On the D, you'd have the D for the bass. On the C, you'd have the A for the bass. On the F bar, you'd have the low E for the bass. F major, so you have the D for the bass, and on the E minor you have low E for the bass. So we tried that break with kind of a bass down, up, down, up. You'd have the G, and you may want to just work just the bass down, up actually. Try the G, down, up, E minor, D, C, C. If you're quick enough, you can do that G, E minor, D, C, C. On the 16th pattern, you have the G, and you could work this a couple ways actually. You could do that like kind of a bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, or bass, bass, down, down, up, down, 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 or bass, bass, down, down, up, bass, down, down. Cool variations to that. It's the G, E minor, D, C. Play around with basses with that. And then from there, then we'll be going into our next verse. So we try that adding in basses. We have kind of G, E minor, D, E minor, F, D, G, E minor, D, A minor, E minor, F, E minor, tried adding basses to our chorus. We'd have that C, D, E minor, G, C, C, D, E minor, D, or the 16th, and basses into that too. G, C, D, E minor, D. From there, we'll be going into our bridge part. So if we try our bridge, adding basses, we have our A minor, G, C, G, D. Or being on the 16th, feel the A minor, G, C, G. B minor, G, C, C, B minor, D, C, B minor. Or if you know the licks around these chords or other ways to mix it up too, feel free to take this lesson and kind of run with it any way you want it to. Kind of make the tune your own a little bit that way too. And from there, then we'd be going into our outro, which is kind of like our intro. Our G. But that's the basics of how you can strum through Heaven. Kind of working off the Jake Worthington version. So good luck.